Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fachrizal Althaf Putra, and today I will present about classroom management in ELT. And the content is definition, and the content are definition, purpose, function, and component. Number one is definition. Definition of classroom management. Classroom management is a multifaceted concept that encompasses a whole array of distinct tasks, from designing an appropriate physical setting and building an atmosphere of caring and respect to teaching standards for behavior and responding to violation of classroom norms. According to Ade Rukmana and Asep Suryana, classroom management is variety of activities deliberately done by teachers with the aim of creating and maintaining optimal conditions for the occurrence of teaching and learning process. Alam state classroom management is the activity of teachers to cultivate and maintain effective classes, which include teaching objective, time allocation, learning room arrangement and equipment, and grouping of students in learning. Classroom management is all activity of teachers in classroom that creates and maintains optimal conditions for the learning process. Purpose of classroom management. Generally, the purpose of classroom management is to create comfort of classroom atmosphere as a place learning and process take place, so that activity run actively and guided until the purpose of learning which has been determined can be achieved. Number one is for students. Encourage the students to develop individual duty towards students' behavior and needs to self-control. Help the students to know the behavior which appropriate with classroom rules and comprehend with the teacher's reprimand is a warning, not anger. Number three is arouse the students' duty to involve in task and activity. The next is for teacher. Evolve comprehending in provide material with opening fluently and appropriate celerity. Aware with students' duty to give instruction clearly to the students. Study how to give response effectively toward the students' behavior. Has remedial strategy which more comprehensive and it can use which relate the students' behavior problem that appears in classroom. The next lay is function of classroom management. The basic function of management is planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling. Number one is planning. Planning involves the teacher deciding what activities will best suit the material to be covered, what sequence of activities will have the most impact on learning, and thoroughly preparing to execute those activities. Number two is organizing. Organization requires the teachers to think through the most appropriate use of resources such as physical space, physical materials, times, layout of classroom, and placement of individual student either physically or group for a particular activity, and overall scheduling of instruction offer time to accomplish goals. The next is actuating in classroom. The process of influencing others To achieve organizational goals, activating requires the teachers to actively model those behaviors which are imperative for learning. Number four is controlling in classroom. Controlling is the segment of classroom management which is most associated with the topic but which actually refers to discipline in the classroom. And the last is components of the classroom management. According to Marzano, there are five components of classroom management. Number one is physical design of classroom. The physical design lies in how the classrooms is laid out, where the students' desks are, where the teacher's desk is, where learning centers and material are located, where heavily used items such as the pencil sharpeners are, and so on. Number two is rules and routines. Teachers establish class rules and routines such as handing back papers and taking attendance to keep the class activity running smoothly with as little disruption and loss of time as possible. Number three is relationship. Effective classroom manager develop caring, sportive relationship with students and parents and promote sportive relation among students. Number four is engaging and motivating instruction. Effective manager develop instruction the engages learners that and they carefully plan their instruction so that each learning activity is well organized and runs smoothly. And the last is discipline. Discipline revolves around teacher focus on preventing and responding to students' misbehavior. Discipline does not mean punishment, nor does it only mean the action that teachers take after misbehavior occurs. Discipline also includes teacher action that prevent misbehavior. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.